only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and today we're going to do some Q&A. I really enjoyed this video. Starting to see that maybe some of you guys aren't as interested in this video series as some of my other ones, so maybe I don't continue it, but I do want to do a couple more just to get better statistics. But this is your first time following one of my videos. I do Hero Wars videos based on the mobile and Facebook versions of the game. I target intermediate and entry-level players with my content, and I try to help out those new players as best I can. So if you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing. And as with all my Q&A videos, what I like to do is take a handful of questions from the comment section. So if you have a question about Hero Wars, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section down below. And if it's a good enough question, or if I find it very interesting, or if somebody asks me a bunch, then I'll answer it on here. Otherwise, I'll answer it just by responding to your comment. But with that being said, I wanted to jump into the first question. And that first question is from David. And David asks, my question is, who's the best healer? Maya, Martha, Thea, or Dorian? I suppose the answer is it depends, but you could go into more depth as to how to use all four of them. Well, great question. You're right. It does vary a lot on who the best healer is, but when it comes to just those four, I also want to include Celeste in there as well, as she's very strong for her different uses. But the short answer is that Martha is the best healer in the game. She's got a fantastic area of effect heal that is not easy to take care of, but there are some healers that can take out her totem pretty quickly. The totem will heal the lowest health hero as well as healing the entire team, and it's not an activated ability, so it can pop at random occasions, unlike Thea, who has a similar area of effect ability that you have to activate. So it's wasting her ultimate. She's very tanky, so she can survive a lot of hits, and she also has a skill that keeps herself alive in Secret of Longevity, and her speed buff is amazing. And a lot of people compare her to Thea because they have similar abilities. They both have an area of effect heal. They both have a heal ally with lowest health ability, and they both have a speed boost. But instead of healing herself and being very tanky and strong and can take a couple of hits, she has a silence for the opposing team. So while that is handy, not being able to control when that silence fires off is problematic. So in that case, Martha is a little better. I feel that Dorian is great in physical attack teams, and he probably is the best single target healer dependent on location. So his initiation, his violet skill, increases the vampirism of nearby allies, and if your nearby allies don't have vampirism, or you're not next to the ally that you want to heal up, say it's a really soft damage dealer in the form of Kira or Satori, or maybe maybe you're trying to heal up your tank a little bit faster, then you're going to be relying on the green ability, which sacrifices 20% of his health and heals an ally with the lowest health. So similarly has a lowest health heal. His activated ability is kind of a area of effect heal. He casts it on an enemy, on the nearest rival, which is usually the enemy tank, and any of your team that deals damage to that hero, whoever has that mark, will gain health. You stack that with the violet ability initiation, that vampiric aura, and his single target healing when next to somebody that needs it is probably the best in the game. Maya is interesting in that she's a damage dealing healer, kind of like Celeste, which I'll touch on in a second. She has, she has an okay area of effect in her, Queen of Flowers, but it's an activated ability. And aside from that, she doesn't really do a lot of healing. She's got some control abilities and some damage dealing abilities, but as far as raw healing output, she only has one ability. It's an activated ability, so you can only use it basically one time a fight, and it doesn't stack up to the other area of effect heals. And Celeste, I'm going to mention in another question here in a second, so I don't want to go into too much detail on her, but she's pretty amazing as well, situationally. So I would say Martha, Dorian are best. Martha is the best overall. Dorian is great depending on positioning. Maybe he's better in physical attack teams. Thea is okay, but she feels like a weaker Martha now. And Maya, I wouldn't use as a main healer, but I haven't leveled up Maya at all, so I could be way off on that. Absolutely could be way off. Jeremy Cameron asks, what is the white bar under the hero's health bar on the battle screen? Heroes seem invincible while the white bar is full. Yeah, that's a great question. That's actually a damage shield that is put up by either a pet or a hero such as Jorgen or Astaroth that has a little shield, and that signifies how much damage that the shield can take before it breaks, and then your heroes start taking damage again. Okay. Feeling Kind of Gray asks, how can I effectively use Celeste in the arena and Grand Arena modes since they are always in auto mode? Well, this is what I was talking about earlier with Celeste. Celeste has an interesting skill set in that she's both a damage dealing hero as well as a healer, kind of like Maya. However, she's got an amazing single target heal in the form of her auto attack once she's in Violet. She also has a nice area of effect heal as her ultimate. I'm sorry. Let's see. I think it's Limbo. No, I'm not sure what it is. Let's see. Light form. So she's a pretty good healer, but you can't control her. You can't control her except in certain game type modes. So, in Arena and Grand Arena, she's toggling back and forth as fast as she can to ultimate back and forth between heal and damage and heal and damage. And if she didn't do that, if you could control her, and in events that you can control her, such as the campaign or the tower, some guild wars, she's probably right up there with Martha and Dorian as one of the top healers in the game. So pretty strong healer there, and worth discussing. Maybe not use her main healer on your team. I use her with Martha in a lot of teams, and it seems to go pretty well. Vince asks, I'm somewhat new to the game, been playing for maybe close to 2 months. What's a good magic and physical attack composition for a team? Use a single tank for both? That's a great question. So if you're new to the game and you want to build a damage dealing team for both the physical and magical side, which is smart because you're going to go up against certain teams that are strong against physical teams and certain that are strong against magical teams, and you want to focus on as few heroes as possible, what I would suggest is pick a tank, either Astaroth or Galahad or Ziri, if you can get access to her. Those would be the three that I would choose probably. I would go with Astaroth personally, but Galahad is great. Astaroth, pick Nebula. Get Nebula. She's very strong. She's got a damage buff as well as a status effect buff. And they try to get Martha. And if you can't get Martha, use Dorian or Thea or whoever you can in the back line. So you have Astaroth as a tank, you have Nebula as a middle, and then you have your healer in the back. And then you pick your 2 damage dealing heroes in there in the middle. So for physical, you'd go with King, Mao, and Ginger. You could go with Kira and Fox. You could go with, Kira and Jorgen back there. And,
between the 3 first heroes, Astaroth, Nebula, healer, that's tank, support, and healer, you can pick, basically any 2 damage dealing heroes that you want, as long as one of them has armor penetration. Now on the magic side, I would suggest going with possibly Orion, and just off the cuff, not really sure with, who you could go with for the front line there. Maybe Phobos, maybe Heidi. I'm not sure. A lot of the magic attack teams have heroes that are very difficult to acquire. Satori is a very strong magic attack hero. The twins, Lars and Krista, fantastic heroes. All of those could fit into that Astaroth, Nebula, Martha base. You can plug those other 2 heroes in, and then basically you have 7 heroes. You'll have a full attack team and a full physical team and a full magic damage team, and that's a nice start. You can level up a second tank, a second healer, and a Jorgen for another support, and then boom, you've got 2 teams. Great for Grand Arena. And then finally, Burning Skulls 13 asks, competitive and a pay-to-win game exists? ? Smiley face. So I get this question a lot. Should I spend money on this game? Should I, why do people that pay to win get all the great perks? Well, this game is a free-to-play game. It doesn't cost you anything but time to download. A little bit of frustration, a little bit of data if you're paying for it on your phone, sure. But you don't have to pay for anything. And if you pay for 0 things, and I will argue that there are things worth paying for, such as the Valkyrie's Favor, different couple things like that. you can get to the same place that I am, or that a player that's been playing for 3 years. You can max out every single hero. You can max out every single Titan. If you're on Facebook, you can max out every single pet. The only difference is the pay to win players, the big spenders, they're going to get there faster. Okay. And whenever it comes down to being competitive in Grand Arena and Guild Wars, they're going to be more flexible sooner to bring in different team compositions to go up against your single 5 or single 10 heroes that you've leveled up. So this is a competitive game to an extent, but buying resources in this game only gets you there faster. You're going to get there at the same, the finish line, if there is one, is the same. So hopefully that puts your mind kind of at ease there. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That was 5 great questions. Thank you so much for those questions. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the holidays and you're spending time with family, or maybe you're already home safe. Either way, happy holidays. And if you found this video helpful, please consider leaving a like. It just takes a second or two. Of course, if you want a question answered, leave it in the comment section down below, or jump into the Discord. That could be a little bit faster. Message me on Facebook or Instagram if you want to talk to me directly. Of course, I'm very active on the Discord channel. But until next time, I'm Charlie with Hero Wars Central, and please consider subscribing.